Hello, and welcome back to another episode of 20 Years, 20 Voices, Stories from the Lifelong Learning Centre. If this is the first episode you've listened to, welcome. We really appreciate you joining us. So these podcast episodes are part of the Lifelong Learning Centre's 20th anniversary celebrations this year. And as our community and the people in it are at the heart of everything that we do, we wanted to give them the opportunity to share their stories and how the LLC has played a part in their lives. So I'm Lauren, and I am the Student Experience Officer at the Lifelong Learning Centre, and I am super excited to be joined today by one of our incredible graduates. So please could you introduce yourself to our lovely listeners and share a little bit about your connection with the LLC?
Thank you, Lauren. Hi, my name is Jo. I graduated from the LLC last year, 2024, and I studied at the LLC, first of all, on preparation for higher education, which was during lockdown, so that was all online. And then I progressed on to BA Professional Studies. I studied full-time, and as I say, I graduated last summer, and I'm now working for a charity that combats furniture poverty.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you so much, Jo. Doing so much, as always. So, next question for you, Jo. What is your favourite memory or highlight from your time at the LLC, and why?
I found this a really hard question to answer because I have just got so many wonderful memories of the Lifelong Learning Centre and studying there. It was a challenge, but it was such a joy and so many lovely memories. But the one that I've picked out, because it was the culmination of everything, was my graduation day. And I especially chose that because I was very anxious about it beforehand. I'm very worried about things like getting up at the wrong time or falling down the stairs or it being very noisy and crowded. But in actual fact, I had an absolutely wonderful day, and I had a couple of friends from my course joined me, and I had my family with me, and it was really important to me to have them there because they'd all supported me so much and they were so thrilled for me. And when you go up on stage, lots of the staff are sitting on the stage, and so I gave them a little wave as I walked across the stage, made it down the stairs safely, and then after the Great Hall ceremony there was a celebration with lots of students and staff from the Lifelong Learning Centre, and it was just so lovely to get together with all those people and celebrate graduating. But also I just felt so proud of myself, and I didn't expect to feel that. So it was just such a lovely day. I was just on cloud nine for most of the day, so it was just fabulous.
Oh, that's so wonderful. I know we don't do videos for this podcast, but if you could see that I am like grinning from ear to ear because I'm so proud of you too, Jo, and you should be so proud of yourself. That is so wonderful. Thank you for sharing that. And it's especially nice because I organised that after celebration bit, and I remember eating sausage rolls with you afterwards and tasting how wonderful and amazing you are. It's one of my favourite times of the year as well, is getting to celebrate with everyone at graduation.
That's the lovely thing, because the staff are all beaming when you walk across the stage, and then when you're at the celebration afterwards, you're catching up with everybody, and it's just so lovely.
Oh, yeah, it's so nice because we're on those journeys with you, and it is so lovely, especially when you know some of the challenges and things that people have had to overcome to get to that point. It is amazing. And I've graduated at Leeds as well, and I know how special that feels, and I'm like so happy for other people getting to experience that. Anyway, this podcast is not about me. I need to stop talking. Last question for you, Jo. How would you describe the LLC in 3 words, and why?
Right, my first word is community, because that's what the Lifelong Learning Centre was for me. So as I say, I started preparation for higher education in lockdown, so everything was online, but you and Paul ran online quizzes and little get-togethers, so I felt part of the community right from the beginning. And then The community feel carries on because we've got the resource area and Birchgrove House. So whenever you go into those spaces, you bump into staff, other students from across the university, and there's always somebody to talk to. There's always somebody to cheer you up if you're feeling a little bit ground down by the sort of challenges of studying. So that is a huge part of the community for me. And then the social events that you've organised, and then just the community of sort of other students and friendships that I've made. So that feeling of community is one word. My second word is empowering. So I think for me, the Lifelong Learning Centre has been enormously important in building my confidence from those sort of nervous early days and feeling like, what am I doing? I don't belong here, to sort of gradually building my confidence and having people like you and my tutors saying things like, well, you could do this, you'd be good at this, have a go at this, and suggesting things and creating a strong sort of base to sort of grow from and explore. So empowering was my second word. And then my final word sort of links to that a little bit. It's about opportunities. So with that confidence, I just had so many opportunities. We just, in newsletters and in just informal chats, people tell you about things that are going on. And I just had so many opportunities to join in. And each of those opportunities gave me something, or I was able to give something to other people. So I got involved in research projects. I was a learning champion, mature student advisory board, all sorts of things like that, which were really great. I went to a conference in London. I took part in a summer school in the Netherlands. So all of these things are things that I never imagined that I would be able to do. But the sort of confidence that I got, and then these opportunities came along, and I just thought, why not? I need to make the most of this time. Coming back to study later in life, you just really think, I've got to get everything I can out of this. And so I did, and I just had so many wonderful experiences. So those opportunities, I would say there's something for everybody.
Oh, Jo, that is so wonderful. I would also like to clarify that we didn't cue Jo up and tell her she had to be that positive about all of this.
No.
It's so wonderful to hear. And it's also so lovely hearing everything that you're saying about grabbing every opportunity that you can and all of the things that are available, which I think, I certainly, when I came to university here, had no idea that all of that stuff would be available to me. And it is often what makes your experience, because you're I knew I'd study this course, but I had no idea that I'd go off and do this or represent these people or do this part-time job. And all of that stuff is just so enriching.
Absolutely, that's the word. Yeah, it really is enriching. And every time you do something, it's sort of it leads to other opportunities. So I got asked to present with Olivia from the Communities and Partnerships team at a conference, and I got asked to host a conference. And the thought that I might stand there and sort of host a conference with 500 people there is just incredible to me, because at the start of studying I wouldn't have dreamt I'd be able to do that. So it's about sort of building on your new knowledge and your new skills and making the most of them. And I don't think I could have done that anywhere else. I think it was the Lifelong Learning Centre that gave me that confidence to go out and grab those opportunities.
Oh, so, thank you so much.
Life-changing, really. I mean, that's another word, but life-changing.
I'll let you sneak an extra word in, Jo, because you're special and we like you. Oh, thank you so, so much. And also all of those things that you shared, it's so lovely as staff, as one of the people who sends all those opportunities out. It means the world when I see people grab them with both hands and then get so much out of them. It means the world. And we all know, everyone needs just a bit of a cheerleader and a bit of a nudge in the right direction, and the person who goes, well, I'm looped into all these things. A bit of encouragement. We all need that. And I'm so glad you found it at the LLC, Jo. So thank you so much for sharing all of your experiences and your story with us today. Really, really appreciate it. Everyone listening, do keep out an ear out for more podcast episodes with staff and students and other wonderful people who've been part of the LLC's journey for the last 20 years. And also, if you've enjoyed this, you can go back and listen to our other episodes so far. Another massive thank you to Jo, and thank you so much, everyone, for listening.